Bonjour! And we are back in Sunset Valley, where I've been kind of doing makeovers after makeovers. And lately I've done a lot of community lots and all the community lots around the town center. So I haven't done the park, but for today's episode, I might be attempting something that maybe I shouldn't start with, but I'm going to. I've been removing a few builds that were put there with the expansion pack. I also removed the spa because I've put it in the wellness center over there. I'm using rabbit hole rugs because I can't with the original building. They're way too big. I've been thinking that I would try and remove the rabbit hole buildings. I like to do combos and have, for instance, I might do a library with the school rabbit hole rug, usually, on the same lot, and that way it attracts the same types of SIMS and it's more lively too. And there are some combos I've never tried before, so I've never tried the spa and gym, so that's done. I've been thinking that I might do that for a lot of the lots, and I have a few combinations in mind. Some of them are quite far-fetched, but I might try them just because I've never tried them. The one I'm contemplating on doing today is the hospital here. Let's just have a look first at the lot as it is for now. So I've seen it before because it's a default one. But I just mostly noticed that it was big and white and big, and a bit squarey, but it's Art Deco, isn't it? So I do like the windows and the awning in the entrance like that. So yeah, it's totally Art Deco. So we also have a quite modern looking helipad, I suppose. Okay, so I like that. Okay, so it's a pretty simple. There are not that many details, but Art Deco, it's white, with tall windows in the hallway area, and the hallway itself looks huge. Okay, so that's for the rabbit hole. So I'm going to use a rabbit hole rug for sure, and the combo I'm going to do here, I'm thinking of using the community fire department, the fire station you get in the lot bin. So it's also the default one. I've never used the default buildings, so I might do that too with the salon. But first, the fire station. So to place it on the lot. Okay, so the size, the lot size is 30 by 40. It's not ginormous. It's okay. So I don't know what space. This one is 30 by 20. Okay. Let's try. So I'm going to remove the hospital first, and then have the fire station there. Okay. Maybe more. So I'm going to try and have the hospital facing that way, like the rabbit hole build did. So I like the placement of the fire station there, because we can have our hospital there. So it's narrower than what I would have liked, but I think I can work with it. And then let's do a tour of the fire station. So it's a brick building, bit too. I'm thinking I'm going to keep the brick walls outside, but maybe different bricks, different color here, something more toned down, and the red is also very flashy. I like the rooftop, the way they did the work there. On that side, it looks a bit like a prison, doesn't it? I don't know if it's the fence like that, but or maybe the windows. So we have a working out area over there. So what I'm thinking is to actually have like a big parking lot here, a parking lot here with a way for the fire truck. I haven't explained why I decided on fire station hospital combo. It's because we don't have ambulances, so our EMTs, and for me the closest to them would be the firefighters. That's why I'm like having a pathway for the 4,000 as if it were an ambulance, I guess. So with the emergency door somewhere. So that's my thought process there. Might not be the best, but I've never tried. So the downstairs we have like the fire truck and 2 cars. Cool. That's cool. Are these white? Oh. Here we have like an office. Why is it on the floor? Someone was playing with it, and when we arrived, they just left it on the floor. Oh, I like that there is a window, and I like that. A kitchen corner here, bathroom here. So this I'm going to remove for sure. Might do the sports area somewhere else. Second floor, we have it's the activity room. I'm going to remove all the windows there for sure, because if the hospital is there, I don't have that much room. So they're going to share that wall here. So, okay, upper floor, another activity room here, dormitory, and 2 bathrooms. Okay, and here you can slide down and get downstairs. I'm not sure how I'm going to change it, but first I'm going to start with the shell of the hospital. The fire station is going to change, but I'm hoping to keep a few things, maybe the floor plan, and to use it a bit differently. Let's see what we can do. So starting with the hospital, I haven't edited out as much as I've done in past episodes here, because I have actually divided the video into 2 parts, so 2 videos, and this one we're going just to tackle the outside, so the exteriors for both the hospital and the fire department. That's mostly because I've learned my lesson from a previous renovation, the gym. I divided it into 2 builds too, and it took so much time to process the whole all the footage I had from the exteriors and the interior, because I've gone back to it after I haven't done it in one setting. I've done it in so many, and I was doing other things at the same time. So yeah. Oh, here I'm trying something that I'm not going to keep. That was because I had seen the library in Starlight Shores, and I really liked the windows, and I was trying to do something like that. But then it's not really the look I was going for. And I'm trying to find Art Deco patterns, wallpapers, extra, that I could use there, architectural design that I could use there, without using anything from Roaring Heights, because Roaring Heights you have a ton of features there that are perfect for an Art Deco build. But I'm trying to do something there, and I've tested several designs, and before winding up with one I was okay with. Not my favorite either, but I've always thought that the hospital looked a bit bulky, and so I've tried to do that same look. So I'm not trying to recreate the same hospital, but I'm more into trying to have a build that I could use, but that would be reminiscent of the rabbit hole building. So that's why I'm trying to have some similar features to the original build there, but I also want it to be usable. So I like to have open rabbit hole building in a way. I mean, using the rugs and have a building around it that the SIMS can use, because I love to use mods and have it. You can, even without using mods, have SIMS visit the build and be able to see inside it. So mostly it's because I'm usually using Ultimate Career, the updated version is very good, and or the custom generic role desk in those type of buildings. I'll put links in the description box below. So I have that in mind when I'm building around a rabbit hole rug. And I've done 3 floors, but then when I'm going to decorate, the upper floor is going to be just for show, and I haven't finished it because it was a bit too much. So here I'm trying to find the right windows. I was kind of happy with the ones I've ended up with, but these ones, are they from Showtime? Maybe the big one are from Showtime, I think. And again, it wasn't easy to have the windows from Roaring Heights. They were the best there, but I'm not using star items, so I'm trying not to. I've used only the square windows on the museum so far here, because I've done the library in Bridgeport, and I've used the windows there too. So that another project I'm doing on the side, and yeah, it was a fun one to do. But I've used the windows from Lucky Palms there too. But here, not using the windows from Roaring Heights, so these I thought were the closest to the rendition I wanted there. I've made the base of the build, the first floor, the ground floor, a bit more bulky too, to be a bit to echo a bit the original build there. And I've tried to work a bit with the architecture and different levels, so I had a bit of slanted walls in around the add-on area where you have the elevator. And I'm not that keen on the towerish part of the build there, but I wanted the elevator to be able to, that would be able to reach the rooftop, and so yeah, so I really wanted an elevator there. And there is a basement too, so we have actually 4 floors for the hospital plus the rooftop. I also added a sign on the hospital, but it's not the one you get with Into the Future, which I wish I had, because I don't have Into the Future. So instead I've used a sign from Supernatural, and it looked kind of okay there, so I feel that it's there, but it's not the right kind of blue. So I made do with what I had. The fire station, I've tried to work with what was there and to work around it, and to try to reuse the same ideas but differently. So here, doing the roof part over the fire truck, and I like that there was a rooftop over the parking space for the fire truck, but I wanted something a bit different from the style that were available there, and without walls. So you'll see at the end, I'm going to remove the walls, and yeah, the idea was to have same type but a bit more industrial looking. So I was actually happy the fire station was a brick building, because not only is it placed in near the condos, you know, the apartment buildings I did, and with container-ish style, and so for me it's more of the industrial area there. So I thought the industrial look of the bricks would fit in well there. And also there are quite a few builds so I still don't know the style of Sunset Valley, of the whole town actually, because there are so many different houses, and some of the builds I have no idea what they are supposed to be, what style they are supposed to be. For instance, the gym, still have no idea what is that style. So here, and a few rabbit holes, I'm like, what? But here, the bricks with the coined corners are in quite a few buildings. So I really like that there's that's the case here for the fire station, and it gives me other ideas for other parts of the town to have a kind of an harmony to it. So here I was making the parking space. So I left an area behind the hospital, so that it would be the kind of the emergency door. So we have a regular door and an emergency door, and it's near the elevator, so I thought it was a good space, a good place to have that there. Also making the rooftop, so there I made an helipad, and so I have kind of a ramp access to the helipad there. So that's what I'm doing right now. And then I did a kind of a color-coded path towards the door and the elevator, because I remember that there was one on the original rabbit hole building. So here I'm having fun with the floor, with the flooring, and then I did the helipad. Wasn't visible enough, so I changed the color there. And that blue, I think it's the blue of, I'm not sure, because again I don't have Into the Future, so I don't have the sign, but I think it's about that color, the sign of the hospital in Into the Future. So that's the color I wanted for my sign here, but I have a darker blue from the sign from Supernatural. So here I just wanted to do something similar to the kind of skylight that there was on the original hospital build, and that's my interpretation of it. I could put some more effort into it, but I think afterwards I put a bigger fence around, and it might have been too bold, and I think I removed it, but at the end. Anyway, that's what it was supposed to be. So working a bit more on the roof area, I've added, but I think it's going to be on the other video, a few items to, like the air conditioning units or stuff like that, to make it more as if it's where you have maintenance stuff stored. There are units to work all the machineries that there are inside those builds, and also remade the rooftop into lighter colors so that there is more like a blend into a more cohesive look with the two builds together like that, and that they are blending a bit more together from the top at least. And also I think it makes the buildings look a bit older, so I like that. For the fencing around the rooftop area, I've kept the one in the front from the original build, but I might, no, I'm not going to, I should not. I think it's cool enough like that. I was going to try something like maybe a curved wall or something, but no, I think it's cool like that, and I like the fact that it's the original look actually there. So I'm going to keep it like that. But I've removed the fence on the side. I don't know if I do it on video, but I've removed it to because I was like, the helicopter needs to be able to land, and then I saw the tall trees around the building. I was, oh, it's a bit dangerous, isn't it? I don't know. I've never been into a helicopter, so working on the parking area. So I've reduced the size of the sidewalk so that I had more room for my cars to maneuver, even though they don't. And then instead of having a sidewalk at the edge of the lot here, I used that those ties there, and with a pretend border like that, so that we can have an illusion of having a border to the lot, while having not using. So these ones I'm not going to change. No, I'm not. I think they are cool enough like that. It's a good idea to use those fence there, but yeah, maybe on another build I can work a bit more around, a bit more on the facade there. So just adding a cornice, a ledge here to give it a bit more depth, I guess, relief. So here is the landing part, and I've removed the fence there, but I've put a fence around other areas so that there is no accidental fall from the rooftop. So the only part that is not fenced in is that part here, and that's because I want the helicopter to land there. Okay, I've replaced not the front windows, but on the side and back of the fire station with those ones from Supernatural, because I thought they looked the part there, and they were one tile width, so easier to place than those big windows we had with ambitions, I'm going to say. Also worked a bit more on the, not really a fire escape, but kind of on the side where you have a staircase, and I've added a ladder, I think at the end, maybe at the end of the second video, I've added another ladder, because the second floor is not connected to the third or first floor, except for the sliding pole, and I think I've tried to add a ladder there, but not sure I had room to do so. But yeah, so working on that part here, and I'm almost done with the whole build. So back to the hospital, I've done the fake windows there. I thought it was fun, and reworked the car park to have, so I've reworked it a bit more later to have different tiles, color tiles, so that it would look a bit more older and not derelict, but you know, that have been used. And yeah, I suppose it's the finishing touch for the exteriors, even though I've reworked the exteriors a bit more and once I was done with the, not even once I was done, but when I was working the interior of the builds, I also changed a few things outside because I had some more idea. That's why I'm not really done with the building, because when I have a new idea I need to go back to it and rework it. So it's difficult to say I'm done, I'm finished with that build, and no, I'm usually going to go back to it afterwards. So here we go for now. The hospital. It's quite empty. The fire station, which is a bit more furnished. I haven't changed anything inside yet. And the parking lot behind. So here is a closer look of the hospital. So fully Art Deco enough. Then the fire station for now, with the fire truck, and then the back of the builds with I did something there. Not sure, but it's a bit more modern than Art Deco, I think. I did the same thing in the front. But that's it for that episode, to be continued in the next one. I'll see you then. À bientôt!